This is the brutal truth no one tells you. More money will not fix your financial life. In fact, for most people, it makes it worse. That might sound shocking. It might even sound wrong. Because from childhood, we are taught one lie. If I just make more money, everything will be okay. But look around. Look carefully. Millions of people earn more every single year, yet they're still stressed, still anxious, still living paycheck to paycheck. Promotions didn't save them. Side hustles didn't free them. Higher income didn't bring peace. And here's the scary part: the more they earn, the deeper they sink. Not because they're lazy, not because they're stupid, not because they don't try, but because money doesn't change lives. Mindset does. Most people don't realize this until it's too late. They chase income, but ignore behavior. They chase money, but never question how they think. So when more money comes, it doesn't solve their problems, it exposes them. Because money doesn't fix broken habits. It amplifies them. If you overspend when you earn little, you will overspend more when you earn more. If you panic with small bills, you will panic with bigger ones. If you lack control at a low level, you will lose control at a higher level. That's why lottery winners go broke. That's why athletes go bankrupt. That's why entertainers with millions end up with nothing. They didn't lose money. They lost control. And here's the uncomfortable truth. If your mindset stays the same, more money will not save you. It will only speed up the damage. Right now, somebody earning less than you is sleeping better at night. Somebody with a smaller paycheck has more peace, more clarity, and more direction. Not because they're lucky, but because they think differently. You were never meant to chase money blindly. You were meant to command it. But no one teaches that. They teach you how to earn, not how to decide. They teach you how to work, not how to think. So you grow up believing the problem is not enough income, when the real problem is how you behave when money enters your hands. And until that changes, nothing changes. You can switch jobs. You can double your salary. You can pray for breakthroughs. But if the mindset remains, the outcome repeats. That's why today matters. Because this video is not about getting rich quick. It's not about hustling harder. It's not about chasing another stream of income. It's about understanding the one thing that quietly controls your financial destiny: your mindset. By the end of this video, you'll clearly see why your income isn't the problem. You'll understand why money keeps slipping away. And most importantly, you'll discover what actually keeps people poor, even when they earn more than ever before. This is not comfortable information, but it is freeing information. And once you see it, you can never unsee it. Let me describe a life that doesn't look poor, but feels exhausting. You work hard, not lazy, not careless. Hard. You earn money, enough to survive, enough to hope, enough to believe that maybe you're close. And every month, you make a quiet promise to yourself. This month will be different. This month, I'll save something. This month, I'll feel ahead. This month, I'll finally breathe. But the pattern never changes. Money enters your account, and slowly, silently, vanishes, not because of one big mistake, but because of many small decisions you don't even remember making. Bills, emergencies, comfort purchases. I deserve this. I'll recover next month. And before you realize it, you're right back where you started, counting days, watching the calendar, hoping nothing unexpected happens. You tried earning more. You believed income was the answer. So you worked harder, took on more pressure, chased opportunities, prayed for increase. And sometimes, the money actually came. But the relief didn't last. It brought bigger pressure, bigger expectations, bigger fear of losing everything. And then you notice something that didn't make sense. Someone earning less than you is calmer, more stable, less anxious. They don't panic at month end. They don't fear small emergencies. They don't live in survival mode. And quietly, a dangerous question forms in your mind. How can someone with less money have more control than me? Be honest. Does this feel like your life? Here's the moment most people misunderstand. They think the problem is income. They blame the economy, their job, their background, their country. But if income created freedom, high earners would be the most peaceful people alive. They're not. The real enemy isn't outside you. It lives inside your decisions. It's the mindset that takes over. The moment money touches your hands, money doesn't disappear randomly. It moves according to behavior. You don't spend because you're careless. You spend because you're emotionally exhausted. That's emotional spending. You buy comfort. You buy relief. You buy escape. Then there's survival thinking. Survival thinking says, enjoy it now. Tomorrow isn't guaranteed. Money never stays anyway. That mindset helped you survive hard times, but will never help you build wealth. Scarcity habits grow from the same root. When you believe money is always leaving, you rush it. When you believe money is rare, you panic with it. You either cling to money out of fear or waste it out of anxiety. Both come from one belief. There is never enough. And here's the dangerous truth. These habits don't disappear. When income increases, they multiply. Robert Kiyosaki said, it's not how much money you make, but how much money you keep. Money doesn't fix habits. It exposes them. If you lack control at a low level, you'll lose control at a higher one. That's why some people earn more, but feel poorer. More pressure, more stress, more fear. The difference isn't effort. It isn't intelligence. It isn't luck. It's mindset. Money obeys mindset, not effort. Until the thinking changes, the pattern repeats, just on a bigger scale. Here's the truth most people never realize until it's too late. Wealth is not built by how much money you make. It's built by how you think. The moment money enters your hands, that single moment decides everything. Because two people can earn the same amount on the same day, from the same opportunity, and end up in completely different financial futures. One earns, spends, and hopes. Hopes the money lasts. Hopes nothing breaks. Hopes next month will be easier. That's the poor mindset loop. Not poor in effort. Not poor in dreams. Poor in control. The other earns, pauses, decides. They tell the money where to go. Before emotions touch it. Before pressure touches it. Before temptation touches it. That's the wealth mindset. They don't ask, what do I want right now? They ask, what is this money meant to do? And that question changes everything. Warren Buffett once said, you don't have to be a genius to invest successfully, but you do need the right temperament. Temperament, not talent, not luck. Temperament is mindset, because money doesn't stay with excitement. It stays with discipline. That's why more money doesn't fix broken thinking. It exposes it. If more money fixed mindset problems, lottery winners would stay rich. But they don't. Studies show most lottery winners end up broke again, sometimes worse than before. Why? Because money didn't change their thinking. It abated. Jim Rohn said, formal education will make you a living. Self-education will make you a fortune. But self-education starts in the mind. If your thinking stays the same, your income can double, and your problems will double with it. If you panic with small amounts, you'll panic with big ones. If you waste little, you'll waste more. Income doesn't create behavior. Behavior reveals itself through income. That's why some people earn more, but feel poorer. More pressure, more fear, more responsibility, same lack of control. Naval Ravikant said, the real struggle isn't money, it's freedom. And freedom doesn't come from earning more. It comes from thinking clearly. When your mindset changes, money stops controlling you and starts working for you. This is the moment most people miss. They keep chasing income while ignoring the thinking. That decides where that income goes. And until that changes, the cycle repeats. Earn, spend, hope, over and over again. But once you learn to decide before you spend, to direct before you desire, and to think before you touch the money, everything begins to shift. This is not about becoming rich overnight. It's about becoming in control. And control is where wealth actually begins. Let me tell you a story that most people ignore, but it explains everything about why money alone never solves financial problems. There was a man named Daniel. He worked hard just like you. He got promoted, his income doubled, his lifestyle expanded. New car, bigger apartment, dinners out, vacations he couldn't afford before. On the surface, he was winning. Everyone envied him. But inside, chaos. The stress doubled. Bills grew faster than income. Unexpected expenses came and went like storms, and each one knocked him down harder. Debt piled up, Anxiety became a constant companion. Daniel had more money than ever, but he felt poorer than when he started. He was trapped in the illusion that income equals freedom, and it didn't. Now, let me show you the contrast. There was another man, Samuel. He earned half of what Daniel made. He drove a used car, lived in a modest apartment. But Samuel had a secret mindset. Every decision about money was intentional. Every dollar had a purpose. He saved, he invested, he controlled his spending. And slowly, steadily, his net worth grew. More importantly, his peace grew. Less fear, less stress, more clarity. Daniel and Samuel earned differently, yes. But the real difference? Mindset. Income didn't change Daniel's life. Mindset did. Samuel's mindset. Samuel understood that wealth isn't measured by numbers in your bank account. It's measured by control over your money, your choices, and your life. As Tony Robbins said, it's not about the money. It's about learning to control your emotions when money comes and goes. And that's the lesson everyone should hear loud and clear. More money can expose your weaknesses. The right mindset turns any income into growth. Daniel worked harder, earned more, and fell behind. Samuel thought smarter, earned less, and moved ahead. Control, intention, discipline. That's what separates wealth from stress. Remember this. Income didn't change their life. Mindset did. And once you see this truth, nothing about money will ever intimidate you the same way again. Once your mindset changes, everything changes. Money stops controlling you and starts working for you. It's like flipping a switch you didn't even know existed. Suddenly, decisions that used to terrify you become simple. Opportunities that once felt risky now feel clear. You feel a sense of control you haven't felt in years. But here's the question that most people can't answer. What exactly is this mindset? What separates the people who feel trapped no matter how much they earn from the people who grow steadily, calmly, and confidently, even with less income? Let me tell you, this mindset is not about luck. It's not about knowing the right stocks or finding a magic side hustle. It's about a way of thinking that turns every dollar into a soldier, working toward your goals instead of slipping through your fingers. Richard Branson once said, "Business opportunities are like buses. There's always another one coming." The key is mindset. If your mind is chaotic, stressed, or reactive, every bus you board will be the wrong one. If your mind is disciplined, intentional, and clear, even small opportunities compound into enormous outcomes. This mindset is built on 3 truths. 1. You decide before you spend. 2. You plan before you react. 3. You control your emotions before money touches your hands. Without these, you're just reacting, chasing income, hoping it will fix your life. With these, you become the master of your money, not its servant. And here's the brutal part most people miss. You don't realize how much money controls you until you change the way you think. And once that happens, nothing about money feels overwhelming anymore. So what does this mindset really look like in practice? How do you start seeing money as a tool instead of a source of stress? That's exactly what we're going to uncover next. And when you understand this fully, you'll never look at your paycheck or your spending the same way again. Let's dive into the first shift, the one that changes everything if you actually apply it. Most people live their financial lives asking the wrong question. How much can I afford? It's a question rooted in scarcity, in fear, in reaction. It keeps you trapped in the endless cycle of impulse, regret, and stress. The shift is simple, but it's powerful. Ask instead, what is this money meant to do? Every dollar that enters your hands should have a purpose. Not just to satisfy a momentary desire, not just to fill a hole of anxiety or distraction, but to serve a specific role in your life. This is intentional spending, purpose before pleasure, decision before desire. Think about it. If you treat your income like a river without direction, it will run wild and vanish. But if you assign each dollar a mission, it becomes a soldier working toward your freedom. Robert Kiyosaki said, "It's not how much money you make, it's how much money you put to work for you." That's exactly what this shift is about. Making every dollar earn, grow, or protect your future? Let's be honest. You spent countless hours worrying about money, watching it come and go, and hoping something sticks. This shift gives you clarity. It forces you to decide in advance. Is this money going to pleasure me today or build my freedom tomorrow? Imagine looking at your paycheck and seeing each dollar with a purpose. Rent, bills, investments, savings, growth, all assigned, all intentional. Every decision becomes deliberate. Every purchase becomes a choice. And when you do this consistently, month after month, you stop reacting. You start controlling. You stop being a slave to income. You make income work for you. This is the mindset of wealth. Not luck, not timing, not a sudden windfall. Discipline, intentionality, clarity. As Tony Robbins said, where focus goes, energy flows. Focus your money before you spend it. And energy flows toward building freedom, not stress. Remember, every dollar must have an assignment. Once you master this shift, you'll never look at money the same way again. Now, let's move to the second shift, and this one separates the dreamers from the doers. Most people spend money asking, I deserve this. It's a harmless thought, right? A little reward for working hard, for surviving the week, for coping with stress. But here's the problem. When I deserve this drives your spending, it creates a cycle of short-term pleasure and long-term struggle. Every impulse purchase, every comfort splurge, every just this once moment adds invisible chains to your financial freedom. The shift is simple but not easy. Ask instead, will this grow me or trap me? Every purchase becomes a question of long-term impact. Every dollar either builds your future or buys temporary relief. Every decision either moves you forward or keeps you stuck. This is emotional spending versus intentional investing in yourself. Delayed gratification beats instant gratification. Discipline beats dopamine. As Dave Ramsey said, you must gain control over your money or the lack of it will forever control you. Most people think comfort is harmless, but comfort keeps people broke longer than poverty ever could. The difference between wealthy people and people who struggle isn't opportunity. It's self-control. It's the ability to delay the satisfaction of the moment for the power of the future. Imagine seeing a new gadget or an expensive outfit and asking, will this grow me or trap me? That simple question rewires your financial behavior. It turns spending from a reactive habit into a conscious choice. Every dollar that goes toward growth is a soldier in your army of freedom. Every dollar that goes toward comfort is a chain holding you in place. This is why mindset matters more than income. Two people can earn the same amount, but the one who thinks growth first builds wealth steadily, while the one who seeks comfort first stays trapped, even if they earn more. Remember, comfort keeps people broke longer than poverty. Shift your mindset, control your spending, delay gratification, and slowly, intentionally, your money begins to work for you, not against you. Now, let's dive into the third and final shift, the one that turns dreams into reality, but only if you truly commit. Most people live with the mindset of, one day I'll be rich. They imagine a sudden windfall, a promotion, a lottery, a viral idea that changes everything overnight. It feels good to hope. It feels exciting to dream. But here's the hard truth. That mindset keeps most people broke their entire lives. The shift is simple, yet powerful. Change your thinking to, I build wealth daily. Wealth isn't created in one massive leap. It's built slowly, intentionally day by day, through small habits repeated consistently, through long-term thinking, not short-term excitement. Consistency compounds. Small wins add up. Decisions today become freedom tomorrow. Jeff Bezos once said, big things come from small beginnings. Every dollar saved, every wise investment, every deliberate choice. It may feel boring. It may feel invisible. And that's exactly why most people never do it. They chase excitement. They chase instant gratification. They chase shortcuts. But wealth is boring. It is repetition. It is patience. It is discipline. The daily rituals of managing money, tracking spending, investing consistently, and thinking ahead. These are the quiet acts that build real wealth. If you want to be rich one day, you must stop thinking about one day. You must start thinking about today. Every day, you make intentional choices. You build a foundation others will never see. Every day, you delay comfort for growth. You multiply your future options. This is the mindset of long-term wealth. Not luck, not timing, not a sudden breakthrough. As Naval Ravikant said, play long-term games with long-term people. Your money, your decisions, your habits, they're all part of a long-term game. And the moment you embrace that mindset, you stop chasing excitement and start building freedom. Remember this, wealth is boring, and that's exactly why most people never build it. But if you commit daily to thinking, deciding, and acting differently, freedom isn't a dream. It's inevitable. Here's where most people completely miss the point. And it's not because they don't understand money. They understand this. They hear the lessons. They even take notes. But they never apply it. Why? Because the human mind is tricky. Emotions hijack logic. Pressure blinds judgment. Comparison destroys patience. And impatience convinces you that results must be immediate. Think about it. You see someone your age building wealth, and instead of focusing on your own path, you panic, compare, and question your progress. You feel pressure to keep up. You feel fear of missing out. And suddenly, the mindset shifts back into chaos. Tony Robbins once said, "Most people overestimate what they can do in a year and underestimate what they can do in 10. That's the trap. We want fast wins. We want instant results. We want proof of progress yesterday. And when it doesn't happen, we quit. Most people don't fail financially. They quit mentally. They abandon the habits. They ignore the daily decisions. They chase the next shiny opportunity. And then they wonder why nothing changes. But the truth is simple. Success isn't about inspiration. It's about persistence. It's about applying the principles consistently, even when it's uncomfortable, even when nobody notices, even when it's boring. Warren Buffett said it best. The stock market is designed to transfer money from the active to the patient. And the same goes for life. The impatient, emotional, comparison-driven mind loses every time. So ask yourself, are you applying these shifts daily? Or are you just hoping for a breakthrough that never comes? Because understanding isn't enough. Action is everything. And mental consistency, your ability to follow through, that's what separates the people who succeed quietly from the people who struggle loudly. Here's the brutal truth most people refuse to admit. They understand these principles. They've watched the videos. They've read the books. They even know what to do. But they never actually apply it. Why? Because life gets messy. Emotions take over. Pressure builds. Comparison creeps in. And impatience whispers lies in your ear. Why isn't this working faster? Why can't I see results now? You see someone your age earning more, investing smarter, building steadily. And instead of focusing on your own path, you panic. You compare. You feel behind. And in that moment, the habits you need to succeed quietly slip away. Impulse spending returns. Old patterns sneak back. The mindset that could have freed you? Forgotten. Tony Robbins once said, "Most people overestimate what they can do in a year and underestimate what they can do in 10. This is why most people fail. Not because they lack knowledge. Not because opportunity isn't there. They fail mentally. They quit emotionally. They surrender under pressure. They chase instant gratification instead of patient growth." Warren Buffett explained it perfectly. The stock market is a device for transferring money from the impatient to the patient. And the same principle applies to life, to business, to personal finance. Patience, discipline, consistency. These are the real currencies of wealth. Without them, knowledge is useless. Without them, income is meaningless. So ask yourself, are you applying these principles daily? Or are you just hoping for a miracle paycheck to fix everything? Remember this. Most people don't fail financially. They quit mentally. And the moment you refuse to quit, the moment you apply these shifts consistently, even when it's uncomfortable, boring, or slow, that's the moment your financial life starts to change forever. Let's take a moment and hit this truth from every angle, because this is where most people finally wake up. Mindset controls habits. Habits control money. Money reflects thinking. It's that simple, and yet most people ignore it. You can earn more. You can invest in the hottest stocks. You can get promotions, bonuses, and side hustles. But if your mindset stays the same, no amount of money will save you. It will slip through your fingers, burn you out, and leave you right back where you started. Think about it. The wealthy don't get rich because of luck. They don't get rich because they chase every opportunity. They get rich because they think differently. They act differently. They decide differently. As Jim Rohn said, success is nothing more than a few simple disciplines practiced every day. Your mindset is the blueprint. Your habits are the builders. Money is simply the reflection of the structure you've built. If your thinking is scattered, reactive, or emotional, your habits will follow, and your money will vanish. If your thinking is intentional, disciplined, and patient, your habits align, and your money grows steadily, predictably, powerfully. Every dollar you touch is a mirror. Every spending decision reflects the state of your mind. So ask yourself, are you letting your mindset dictate your future, or are you shaping your thinking to dictate your wealth? Because this one truth, that mindset controls everything, is the difference between living paycheck to paycheck and building real, lasting freedom. And the moment you internalize this, everything about money changes. Everything about life changes. This is why mindset isn't optional. It's the foundation, the lens, the hidden force behind every dollar you earn or lose. Now it's time to get real. And this is where most people either wake up or hit snooze on their future. Ask yourself, how do you really treat money? Do you see it as a tool or as a source of stress? Do you control it or does it control you? Do you plan or do you react every time it comes and goes? Be honest. Think about the last time a bill surprised you. The last time you swiped your card and instantly regretted it. The last time you felt panic staring at your bank balance. That moment? That's not money failing you. That's your mindset failing you. As Robert Kiyosaki once said, your future is created by what you do today, not tomorrow. So pause. Really pause. Reflect on your habits. Reflect on your decisions. Reflect on the patterns that repeat month after month. Are you making money work for you, or are you letting it slip through your hands? This is where real change starts. Not with another side hustle. Not with chasing a higher paycheck. Not with hoping for luck. Real change starts with reflection, with awareness, with the courage to face the truth about your habits, your mindset, and your relationship with money. And once you confront it, once you decide to act intentionally, everything begins to shift. Every decision becomes deliberate. Every dollar becomes a soldier in your army of freedom. Ask yourself again, do you control money, or do you live in fear of it? Do you react, or do you plan? Your answer to that question today will decide your financial life tomorrow. Here's the truth most people never face, and it's where real transformation begins. Most people understand shifts 1 and 2. They get intentional spending. They get delayed gratification. But almost everyone fails at the third shift, the shift that turns knowledge into permanent financial freedom, the shift that makes building wealth daily a habit, not just a hope. In the next video, I'll show you exactly how to install this mindset permanently, how to make these shifts automatic so money stops controlling you and starts working for you every single day. As Napoleon Hill said, whatever the mind can conceive and believe, it can achieve. Now it's your turn to act. Comment mindset if you're ready to take control of your money, if you're ready to build wealth consistently, and if you're done letting income alone determine your financial future. And don't forget, hit like, share, and subscribe to the channel so you won't miss the next video that will guide you step by step toward true financial freedom. Because the moment you commit to these shifts, your financial life will never be the same again. Here's the final truth. And I want you to feel it deep. You don't need more money. You need control. You need clarity. And you need the right mindset. Because money alone never fixes problems. It only magnifies them if your thinking stays the same. Once your mindset changes, everything else follows. Your habits change. Your decisions change. Your life changes. As Jim Rohn said, discipline is the bridge between goals and accomplishment. This is your bridge. Control. clarity, mindset, no gimmicks, no luck, no shortcuts. Master this and money works for you. Ignore this and money keeps working against you. So remember this. You don't need more income. You need the power to think, decide, and act differently. And once that power is in your hands, freedom isn't a dream. It's inevitable. Hold on to that thought. Carry it with you and let it change everything. This is not a goodbye. This is a command. Take control. Because the life you want starts in your mind, and it starts now.